Panther Friday night on Tradio. It's Colleyville Heritage returning home to Mustang-Panther here in Grapevine as they host the Bulldogs of Everman. It's Panther Friday night in the pregame show, all coming up next for some District 35A D2 action. It's Panther Friday night on Tradio.
He's into the end zone for the touchdown. That's 6.
And now, time for our weekly visit with head football coach Jerry Edwards. Back with you here on Panther Friday night on Tradio. We're joined alongside head football coach Jerry Edwards. Coach, thanks for taking the time. Looking forward to the matchup tonight. You return home after a bye week and a district matchup against Everman. First of all, how was the bye week for you and your team?
Oh, it was really good, coming out of the Argyle game, an opportunity is for us to heal up a little bit. We're at the midpoint of the season, so, you get nicks and bangs and bruises. And so it was really good for us this week to just last week to sit back and heal up a little bit, go back to some basics and touch on some things that we need to improve so we can have a strong second half.
And with that being said, with this second half of action, what are some of the areas of improvement you look to achieve for this Panther football team moving forward the rest of this season?
Well, I think we need to do a better job, in the secondary, and that really kind of starts with the whole team D, getting a little bit more pressure on the quarterback to help those guys out. But being able to cover, we had some issues in the Argyle game, they got some big plays on us. So we want to eliminate the chunk plays. And then offensively, did a good job of establishing the run and being a very balanced attack, putting a lot of points on the board. And so we want to make sure that we can do that, that we can continue to throw the football, but also run the ball well.
And for your offense, trying to find ways to get creative and get the ball into the hands of other guys with the injury to Braden Blewett, how has that process worked for you guys during this bye week?
Yeah, I think we've been able to hone in on some things. Against our last district game, we put up quite a few points. We were able to spread the ball around to multiple different athletes, and I think. Anytime you can put up, 35, 40 points in a football game, it's a real rounded team. And I was proud of our effort. And we kind of built on what we were able to do in that last district game and keep driving to be effective on offense.
And with this group, and you talk about how this is an opportunity for your team to rest and recover and get ready for the second half of the season. Is it a message to your program as well, a kind of a reset to say, hey, if we finish strong, everything we want to accomplish this season is still in front of us?
Yeah, absolutely. All our goals are still in front of us. Our first 5 games, I've said this all along, we're, can stack up with anybody in the state of Texas, some really strong football teams that we played. But the reason why we played those 2 non-district games and, we had to face off against Timberview and Argyle there, it's going to build some character on our team and help us through this back half and into the playoffs. And so now that we're through that 5-game stretch and we've had a really good taste of what it takes to be successful, I think, during that bye week to send that message to our players and refocus was big for us, and I expect the Panthers to have a big second half.
And it starts here tonight at home against Everman, expecting a big crowd here as well tonight at Mustang-Panther. For your opponent, what can you tell us about the Bulldogs team and what challenges they bring to the table tonight?
Well, they've kind of gotten off to a little bit of a slow start. But they got explosive players on offense and defense, guys that can run around and make plays happen. Their quarterback kind of revolves around them, a lot of quarterback run game. He's able to extend some plays with his feet and get the ball down the field. And then a couple of running backs that they rely heavily on too. A lot of perimeter run games, so we got to be good there. And then offensively, we got to make sure that we take advantage of what they give us. We got to make sure that, if they lighten the box, that we're able to run effectively, and if they load us down, that we're able to throw the ball. So it'd be a good challenge for us coming off the bye week.
And with this group as well, I know that offensively you did start to run the ball a little bit more these last few games. You've got a lot of action from Gerard Wiley as well. What have you seen from the sophomore running back and his ability to improve as the season has progressed?
Yeah, we kind of made that move from him. He was a receiver as a freshman. We moved him to running back this year. So he got to go through spring ball. And then, his first real taste, he's just a sophomore learning a new position. And so he's starting to get a little bit more comfortable with it. He was out earlier in the season with an injury. And so he's finally getting some games under his belt. And that's kind of the biggest thing for any player is the more reps you get, the more game-like speed reps that you get, the better you're going to be. And I think, he really came out of his shell in our last district game, had a big long run right there after the halftime. And so I think he's just going to steadily keep improving and getting better.
And for your team coming out of the bye week as well, what is you mentioned resting and recovering. Do you feel the overall health of your team's in a good spot right now?
Yeah, I think so. It really came at a great time. And so, we're as healthy as we can be at this point in the season, But it was really good for us this week, and we should be clicking on all cylinders.
Final question, Coach. I know the microscope is always under a quarterback, and for Bodie Weaver, what are some things that you look to see for him in the second half of this season?
I think just keep leading the offense. He has a really good command for it, and, he's starting to get comfortable too. He's had 5 full starts, and he's starting to realize and get through his progressions in reading defenses and checking to a run if we need to, or converting a pass route into what we need. And so he's starting to really take command of the offense. And I think those first 5 games really gave him an opportunity to grow as a leader and as a quarterback. I mean, it's a tough position to play, but I've been really pleased with him. And he's had some great games. And, the biggest thing that we told him, don't try to do too much. Just do what you need to do and trust your teammates. And he's really done that extremely well the last couple of weeks. And I think that's why our offense is starting to click a little bit more and getting the ball moving. But it all starts with him.
Thanks so much for your time, Coach, and best of luck this evening.
I appreciate it. Go Panthers.
Well, that's head coach Jerry Edwards joining us here on the pregame show. I'm Will Connerly alongside Shannon Brazil. Happy to be with you tonight as the Panthers return home and get ready for action here against the Bulldogs of Everman. Everman 1-5, 1-3 in district action. Colleyville 3-2 and 2-1 in district play. Shannon, should be a lot of fun tonight as the Panthers are well rested coming off a bye week.
Yeah, here we are, Will, already the back half of the season, and they're coming off a bye, and sounds like they're healthy. And minus Blood, which we knew a few weeks ago that was going to be a blow to the team, but they're looking pretty good right now to finish up strong in the second half of the season. So I look forward to them coming out being well rested against the Everman football team that's been struggling this year, but trust me, everybody is excited on the other side. They're going to put their pads on the same way Colleyville do. So I hope they come out minus the record in play. So hope to see a very good football game tonight, and excited to be back in the booth after missing last week.
For Colleyville, their last game, it was 42-35. They fell against Argyle on the road, but they showed some resolve in that game, down by 21 twice, and they cut it to a 1-point game to get back into it with that home run from Gerard Wiley to start the second half. Then, you said it, we said, hey, how about an onside kick? And they said, how about 2? Recovered both, scored on both, and only lost by a score.
That was awesome to see. That type of game going into a bye, I think that just rejuvenated these guys, being down to a good Argyle team and coming back twice, and then the way they came back, in their eyes, they probably felt like they let themselves down by not starting that way, but in a sense, a victory out of a loss because of what they did against a good football team coming back twice and only losing by a score. So going into a bye week, getting healthy, watching plenty film, I expect this Colleyville Panther team to come out fired up and firing on all cylinders. So it's going to be exciting tonight to watch.
It will be for the Bulldogs. Mentioned 1-5. Their one victory came against Grapevine. Their 29-17 victory, lone victory on the season. It was a district win, but coming into this game riding 3 consecutive losses. And for the Bulldogs, at 1-5. When you look at their losses this year, particularly the last 3 district games against the Colony, Mansfield, Timberview, and Argyle, well, they're allowing a lot of points, over 50 points per game allowed on average over the last 3 games, 51-47, and then they fell 63-14 at home against Argyle, which is proving to be a high-powered offense last week. So they'll try to get some things going, and I'm sure Michael Boone's bunch, head coach for the Bulldogs, likely focused on defense after this week. They have a bye and then finish with their final 3 games of the year.
Well, based off those 3 games, they should be that tells me the defense is lacking strength. They've given up too many points in the last 3 games, and then Argyle, they couldn't even score, and they gave up 63. So, listen, the only way you can get back in this thing is you got to try to win this ball game tonight with everything you got going to next week with a bye. I don't know how beat up the Everman football team is, but now you get people healthy, and then you can try to just make a run at this thing. But it's going to be tough given that they've dug themselves a hole already.
And when we talk about defense, let's transition to the side of the Panthers. For as much as it is great to fight back into the ball game, a reason why they had to fight back, a lot of explosive plays from Argyle last week, particularly over the top. You heard it in the pregame interview. Jerry Edwards says a focus in this second half is how this secondary can perform better because they got burned quite a bit in that Argyle matchup.
How you keep from getting burned, Will, is you keep your eyes on your man. You keep your eyes out of the backfield. You have to play more disciplined football. Anytime you have a quarterback who can go over the top and your focus is not on your man or in your zone or your responsibility, you're going to get beat every single time, and that's exactly what the Argyle Eagles did on 2 weeks ago. So if they can correct that, which I'm assuming a week off, well, not a week off, but a week off from playing and practicing and studying on film, to where they could legitimately pause and say, look at your eyes. They're in the backfield and your guys running right past you, which that's what a lot of that happened on the last football game. So anyway, if they get those things corrected, this football team can be very strong because that's the weak point of the defense right now. If they get that corrected, it's going to be a strong defense going into the next several weeks.
And really, when you look at this Everman team tonight in the white uniforms with purple and the Bulldogs across the way at Mustang-Panther, the receiver, their main target, number 3, Carl Carter. In 5 games, he's got 33 receptions. As we take a pause for the anthem. Anthem complete. Kickoff coming in just moments. Shannon, talking about the Bulldogs a little bit more when we dive into their personnel. We were just talking about the Colleyville defense and how can they eliminate those getting beat over the top moments that they had, and they came up in the Argyle game particularly. Both of these teams' most recent opponent was Argyle, and Argyle had their way with both teams' defenses. Carl Carter, number 3, he's been the big-time receiver so far this season. Princeton Roberts, the junior quarterback, has connected with the senior receiver 33 times, averaging over 100 yards per game and 5 touchdowns. So he is certainly at the top of the scouting report when you look at how Colleyville wants to defend. Tonight, they will be starting with the football.
Well, I'll tell you what. All their running backs and all the skill guys are going to have to deliver tonight. Princeton, Mr. Carl, who's been Carter, who's been leading the team in all stats when it comes to points and rushing. And so right now they're coming up a good Panthers team who, if tonight can be disciplined, it's going to be a task to beat them. So this Everman football team, they're going to have to be hitting on all cylinders tonight in order to be in this football game.
Short kick coming from Munoz, and the return across the 30-yard line. Solid starting field position for the Panthers as Bryson Burgess was on the return, and the Panthers offense will head on out. The story last week was, how can Colleyville overcome losing Braden Blewett, who accounted for so much? And you saw some of the ways they tried to get creative offensively last week, and they put up a lot of points, and especially in that second half. We'll see how they can carry that confidence into tonight after the bye week. Carry to Gerard Wiley on the first attempt, and there is a penalty marker down right by the line of scrimmage as well on the far side. Offsides, the initial indication on the attempt to Gerard Wiley, somebody they want to get going on the ground.
Well, you can tell they're going to run the football, and unfortunately, I believe the defense was offsides there. But listen, they're going to ground and pound this this team, Everman, the Bulldogs is what I'll call them. And we'll see if they can stop it.
A 5-yard penalty to start after the offsides call. Graves out there. Luke Graves, a big target for them. Alongside Bryson Burgess, who's lined up in trips to the far side. Have not seen a ton of that at all this year with Trevi Preicha as well. Weaver gets the shotgun snap. And a deep shot down the field to Burgess. You have seen him make explosive plays in the secondary. Have not seen him line up as a wideout, but they take a deep shot to him on 1st and 5, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, they got caught Overman in a zone, and they actually had 2 people wide open on that. The eyes are all over the place. They've got to do more communication right from the jump to call out their man, especially if they're in zone. Let it be known they're in zone. Otherwise, you had 2 people open right there. So Everman's doing a poor job right out of the gate communicating.
2nd and 5 for the Panthers. And Nikwan Kambi late getting on the field. And that'll be a penalty marker for Colleyville. And a false start against the Panthers will back them up. After they got spotted the 5 yards, they'll go back to the initial line of scrimmage, so a couple of penalties from either side on this opening series. Bodie Weaver in the shotgun. Gerard Wiley goes out in motion. Weaver has some time. He'll take it and run and puts his head down. Picks up the first. Good run by Bodie Weaver to pick up 10 yards on 2nd and 10.
What you had there on defense, you have a 4-2-5, and looked like they went to cover 2 with the back rolling out to the right. A linebacker has to go out and respect that. And when you have doubles, the other linebacker has to go out, leaving the middle open for Mr. Weaver to run and pick up the first down.
And on play action, it's intercepted. Princeton Roberts, their starting quarterback, out there in the secondary, picks off Bodie Weaver. And the Panthers' opening drive, after they picked up the first down, ends on an interception, the 6th that the junior has thrown this season.
Yeah, it looked like the Weaver and the receiver they were not on the same page. He was running the streak up the field, and the ball's behind him. And the safety, that was an easy pick for him because Weaver and his receiver are not on the same page.
So Roberts with the interception, the 3rd for the Bulldogs this season as a defense, but first for him. And the quarterback who picks off Bodie Weaver now stands in the shotgun. And the initial attempt goes to their tailback, Neiman Page, and the sophomore leading the team with 340 yards on the ground. Gets nothing there. 2nd and 10 from midfield for the Bulldogs, their first possession.
Yeah, the problem is he just ran into the side where Evans at, and that's a man. That's a strong side of the football or the defense, and you running that way full steam ahead is going to only get you planted on your back.
Evan Nieta, big force in the middle, and there, a pass to the outside, and it looked like it was affected by the defensive end. Demarius Logan got his hand up there from the edge. Incomplete pass sets up a 3rd and 10. Bulldogs, good field position starting at the 50-yard line, but a run that got nothing than an incomplete pass. Now 3rd down and 10. Page in the backfield. 2 receivers split to either side, and it's fired toward the sideline, pushed out at the 41-yard line on the catch. It's Calvin Johnson, the senior, and that'll make it 4th and about a yard or 2 to go here. Make it 4th and 2, and Everman no signs to not go for it here as the offense stays on the field after the connection there to Calvin Johnson.
What a good play by Mr. West. He actually gave up the cushion by letting him catch it, but he was able to squeeze pretty fast and stopped him from the first down. Press setting looked like.
So 4th and 2, it'll be a carry to the right side, and it looks like forward progress is going to move the chains as they just went right to the ground, gave it off to Damian Bedford, another sophomore running back, a pair of sophomore running backs for this Bulldogs offense, and they will pick up the first down. It was Calvin Johnson, just his 3rd reception of the year to set up 4th and short, and Bedford picks up the necessary yardage, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of the Panthers for the Bulldogs. Page on the run, he cuts up. He was nearly stopped in the backfield, but turns quickly and evades the defender in Logan and picks up a few yards on 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you what, this defense looking a little like they're still on a bye. They need to pick it up a little bit because Everman's going right at them, and they're picking up 4 or 5 yards a pop. So this Panther defense need to tighten up a little bit and going to get these guys off the football field.
Second down and carry to Page again, and Page getting stopped up in the backfield. Nieta came in with the initial hit, and then he is finished off by the middle linebacker, Madden Williams, in the backfield. A loss on the play. That'll set up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, now that's the play the defense need to have right there. They had all 11 people at the football, and that's why they had a loss of down. We're looking at 3rd and 11. So that's the play they need every single snap.
3rd and 11 from the 41. Deep shot down the field, and it's incomplete. And that'll set up 4th and 11.
Quarterback has an arm, but the timing's off. He 3-step job and just drop and just threw the football. He's got to let his receiver clear the cornerback and then throw the football. So good ball, but just a little long.
Was looking for Barrington Strickland on the play. And on 4th and 11, Everman trying to get creative, and they go for it and pick up just a couple yards with Page back there, and a turnover on downs on the opening series. After Neiman Page, the sophomore, just picked up 2 on 4th and 11. They took the deep shot down the field to Strickland, and then on one-on-one coverage, that was incomplete, and they can't pick up the first down.
Well, when you're coming in 1-5, you're going to do whatever you got to do to try to win this football game. So we're going to see a bunch of plays like this tonight. So the Panthers have got to be on their P's and Q's for all the sneaky stuff.
Colleyville starts from their own 39-yard line. Here for their second drive, Gerard Wiley on the carry, picks up a couple yards, 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Good stop by the defense. They have some big guys up front there, so it's going to be who gets tired first, and we'll see which side the ball is going to start going.
2nd and 8 from the 41-yard line. Carry to the outside, space for Wiley. Here he goes. Wiley on the move, and it's going to be a touchdown. Gerard Wiley with a big-time touchdown. 61 yards and a score for the running back, Gerard Wiley, and the sophomore turned on the Jets down the sideline for 6.
What a play by Mr. Wiley. The defensive end was not able to get to him. He reached, and Mr. Wiley ran right through the DN, and they couldn't catch him from there. What's interesting to me is the defense was walking while he was running, and then as he scored, they all jogged towards the end zone. That's interesting. That's not championship play whatsoever.
And Ryan Zuckert on the extra point converts. That's brought to you by Unified Health Advisors Health Insurance Agency, as Colleyville uses a 61-yard touchdown from Gerard Wiley. And the score gives the Panthers what is now a 7-0 lead. Gerard Wiley, the third time this year that he has found the end zone. And big time back-to-back games that he's had big touchdowns. Had a 75-yarder against Argyle to bring that game within a point. Here on the second drive, Colleyville responds after turning it over, and they take a 7-0 lead with 6:58 to go in this opening quarter.
You're not going to be able to reach against this running back. Mr. Wiley is little, but he's fast, and he's more powerful than you think. If you think you're going to try to wrap him up by reaching and lunging at him, you have another thing coming. He's going to run through you tonight. You're going to have to wrap this one up, pin him in, and shut him down. Otherwise, he's going to have about 100, 150 yards tonight.
He gets quite a bit on that 61-yard carry. So Colleyville responds. They had good field position after the Panthers threw an interception to allow the Bulldogs to start at the 50-yard line. They couldn't make much of it. Went for it on 4th down. After picking up 1 first down, Colleyville gets the ball back, and Gerard Wiley does the rest for 61 and a touchdown. Zucker boots it through the end zone. And now the Bulldogs will try to operate with the length of the field now. They could not do much from midfield, and we'll see what they can do on this second possession. A 7-0 advantage now for the Panthers.
Yeah, if this defensive lineman, this defensive front decides to go ahead and pin their ears back this series and get these guys 3 and out, it's going to be interesting. I think that'll spark this offense, come back on and score pretty quick, and they're going to try to put this game away early.
Pressure comes from Hebeson. Ball thrown out of danger way. Just chucked to the sideline by Princeton Roberts. Hebeson brought the pressure, and Roberts had to get rid of it quickly.
Yeah, they brought the heat on. The quarterback, I thought he should have ran the football, actually. He had some lanes he could have picked up a few yards there, but he decided to throw it out of bounds. So that's interesting.
Second and 10. Roberts throws it to the outside, looking for the running back in Page, and it's incomplete. Lloyd was over there on the coverage.
Everman, the offense was kind of shooting herself in the foot because, I mean, that was a 5-yard pickup had he caught the ball. Perfect throw. He just got to bring that ball in, help his quarterback out. You know, build that trust right now because it seems like they don't have that.
Roberts going to hand it off and stopped up immediately. Another nice play made by Madden Williams, the linebacker, to wrap up Damian Bedford. And a penalty marker coming after the fact with some extracurricular activity happening after the tackle made by Williams. A couple nice stops, 2 flags down on the play, 3 actually. And so they'll sort all that out on the field, but a good stop on 3rd and long, and likely a punt upcoming for the Bulldogs. If you're just joining us, Gerard Wiley, 61-yard touchdown. And Colleyville had our kickoff. That was brought to you by Texas Live. And now the Bulldogs facing a 4th down, but penalty markers upcoming. So unsportsmanlike conduct against the running back, Damian Bedford. After he was tackled, he commits an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that will back up the Bulldogs even more.
Well, he's not going to like this because they're backed up, and if they don't get a good punt and pin these guys back, the Panthers will have good field position. And coming back out with Wiley and Mr. Weaver looking down the barrel at you, it's not going to be a good situation. So look for these guys to strike pretty quick.
So the punt is off from Page, and it takes a roll out at the 46-yard line. So some more good field position here for the Panthers, leading 7-0. They throw an interception on their first series, big rushing touchdown from Gerard Wiley on their second. And now they have a ball for the third time, leading 7-0 with 6:24 to go in this first quarter of action. It's Panther Friday night here on Tradio, and the running back now is Bryce Abram. Play action comes, and Weaver gets met in the backfield, coming in to make the stop. Everman.
That was a good. The two DNs they actually pinned in and just kind of went. You know, it was like edge blitz on both sides. So Weaver, as he spun out, he had two guys in his face, and big sack on the play. Good job for the Everman Bulldogs.
So that'll make it 2nd and long. Colleyville backed up to the 40-yard line. Abram still the running back with 3 receivers lined up, and Abram will try to get to the edge. He does, and gets stopped up around the 45-yard line as he was getting tackled there by Michael Lockhart. The ball came out, but it went out of bounds, and Wiley's able to pick up, or Abram's able to pick up about 5 yards on the carry to set up 3rd and long.
Yeah, it was a good pursuit by the Bulldogs, and they're showing some fight right now to get their offense back the ball. Being that it's 3rd and long, they can't let this ball get over the top. They have to be disciplined for one play to get their offense back on the field.
3rd and long, Weaver goes with the screen off to Abram. He has space, and here goes Abram. He wants a long touchdown as well, and he's going to have it. 3 flags come in on the play on the big run for Bryce Abram on the screen. And we will see if the 56-yard touchdown will stand, but 3 flags on the play, and signs indicate this may be coming back.
First of all, what a play by the offensive coordinator, knowing that the defense would come with an all-out blitz and run a perfect screenplay. Second of all, I was looking at the receiver. It looked like he got in front of him with the hit, even though they're going to call it back with the clip. I don't think that was a clip, but they saw it. Maybe they had a better sight than me because he ran past the cornerback and peeled back on him and had a hell of a block. But flags fly, so we'll see. Look like this one's going to be coming back.
So penalty marker against Colleyville with the block in the back. And so that erases what would have been a 56-yard touchdown for Abram. Really explosive plays that the Panthers have seen out of the backfield. With the absence of Braden Blewett, they look for the explosive plays from some of these running backs. Gerard Wiley back out there now after Abram had to go a long way. It did pick up the 1st down despite erasing what was potentially a touchdown as Trevi Preicha makes the catch and a pickup of about 5 yards on the initial attempt. You see number 20 in red, Bryson Burgess, out there for the Colleyville offense alongside Preicha and Graves. And then it's Samir Johnson lined up one-on-one coverage, and Gerard Wiley will get the carry. And he'll muscle forward, get inside the 25-yard line to set up a 3rd and about 3 yards to go for Colleyville.
Again, 3rd and short. This Everman football team has got to pin their ears back now and don't be so predictable with the blitz and have something like a screen happen to them. Again, they've just got to play zone right now. I would just play zone, maybe blitz 1 or 2 guys, but you got to protect the second. You got to protect the quarterback from throwing it over the top, or maybe the quarterback draw by plugging a linebacker up in there. So we'll see. 3rd and short. Here we go.
Give it off to Wiley, makes a nice cut in the backfield, and he picks up the first down, gets right to about the 19-yard line. Line to gain was the 20, keeps the drive alive, and an impressive run. They give it right off to Gerard Wiley, feeding the running back early in this first quarter. A 7-0 score, Colleyville with the football. In the red zone now, and it's caught right at the 20-yard line.
That was a good play by the safety, reading quick out route there. He almost picked the ball off, but got there a second too late. Otherwise, that was going to be 6 if he gets there a step sooner.
It's Dax Hebeson on that reception. He comes off. Now Blake Wendler will check into the ball game. Wiley, the running back. They carry it off to him, and good hole up the right side to get to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they must see something they like on the right side of that Everman defense because that's the side they seem to be running to most of the night, and they're picking up probably 4 to 5 yards a pop, if not busting one on that side. So let's see how they decide to keep exploiting that side of the Everman Bulldogs defense.
The 3rd and about 5 to go from the 15 for Colleyville. Weaver gonna take it and run. Evades a tackle and gets the first down. Bodie Weaver saw the pressure come, had the pocket flush, then he picks it up with his legs for the second time tonight. A first down for Bodie Weaver on the run.
Yeah, you can't afford, if you're the DN on that Everman defense, to not contain or decide to come down flat and he runs around you. You can't afford that because everybody's covered in the back, and now it's an easy first down for him. They better be glad it wasn't a touchdown because that's the type of guy this quarterback is. He can score at any given second of the play.
Hand off to Wiley. Here in a 1st and goal situation, and no yards gained on the play. 1st and goal, now 2nd and goal from the 7. With under 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter, Colleyville really committing to the run. Here in this one, looking to go up by 2 scores. Weaver with the snap, looks toward the end zone, takes the shot, and it's incomplete. Intended target on the play was Dax Hebeson in the end zone, and Shamar Williams there on the coverage. Make it 3rd and goal.
Great coverage by the cornerback there, not letting them get open and staying in his hip pocket. Great play by him, forcing a 3rd and short.
So 3rd and goal, 1:24 to go in the first quarter. Wiley with the carry, not anywhere to go there. Blowing up the play was Kobe Parks on the defensive line.
Great stunt by Mr. Parks. He said, "You're not getting in here today, sir," forcing them into a field goal. That's not a bad play by the defense. They've got a chance to march the football up the field and hold them to 3. That's a good defensive series. They'll take that all day long.
For the field goal try, Landon Dressel out there. Graves on the hold. The kick is up, and it is through. So not Ryan Zuckert, but Landon Dressel, still same result. And the kick, all place kicking, brought to you by Unified Health Advisors Health Insurance Agency, is good. And it's a 10-0 lead for Colleyville. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Panther Friday Night on Tradio. We're back with you here on Panther Friday night on Tradio. Alongside the TCU Hall of Fame linebacker Shannon Brazil, I'm Will Connerly, happy to be with you tonight. As Ryan Zucker set to kick it off, brought to you by Texas Live. 10-0 score, 49 seconds left in this opening quarter. Zucker boots it through the end zone for another touchback. A couple touchbacks out of the right leg of Zucker tonight. The Colleyville defense, through a couple possessions, looked pretty good. Force a turnover on downs by the Bulldogs on their first drive when they started at the 50 after earning an interception on the first series from Colleyville, but got one first down, unable to get it, then a 3-and-out on the next series. Now the third time tonight, they have the football, the 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
The offense has got to find a way to help their defense out, and that is the Everman Bulldogs, that is. They need to put together a drive here because at some point the defense is going to get tired, and that's where the dam breaks. So they've got to figure out a way to put a drive together before halftime to give their defense a break, just so they can come out and play complimentary football. Right now, it's not that way with them going 3-and-out. So this Everman offense, they've got to help themselves out and put a drive together. Whether they put points or not, it's just about giving their defensive rest.
They've taken a couple shots, no targets yet to their main man, Carl Carter, who has racked up 33 receptions through 5 games, number 3 in the white uniforms, and a big player to watch for them. But I take a timeout after the touchback, a quick one, and we're back to play with 49 seconds left in this first quarter and a 10-point lead for Colleyville. Another deep shot down the field. They do look toward Carter this time, and it's incomplete. The assignment tonight for Hayden West, and he was running stride for stride with their standout wide receiver with 104 receiving yards a game. And they go deep to him right after we mention, are they going to get their star wideout involved? They try on 1st and 10, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, they're going to take a shot. They're trying. That was just a 3-step drop, and he let it fly, so just overthrew it. But I guess their hope is to maybe catch one of those here and there at some point.
They go to the ground, back to Neiman Page, the sophomore running back. Page on the year, about 6.2 yards per carry, 340 on the ground. And he gets about 4 there to set up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, this is a big play right here. They need to pick this first down up again to keep their defense off the football field. So this is a big one. They need to get this.
Pressure coming, and intended target was Carter, but Princeton Roberts, the quarterback, had to get rid of it quickly. Williams, the linebacker, covering Carter, trying to find him over the middle, but it's incomplete, and that will make it a 4th down and a second consecutive 3-and-out for the Bulldogs with just 4 seconds left in this first quarter of action.
Well, Will, the referee missed that one because the whole left side of that offensive receiving core all started early, and he missed that, and they couldn't complete it anyway, so it didn't matter.
And the punt drops down, rolls inside the 40. And Colleyville will start at the 38-yard line as that brings us to a conclusion of the first stanza of action tonight. Colleyville, after the bye week, well rested, ready to go. And they've put together 2 scoring drives on their first 3 possessions, and the 4th awaits after we have a break through 1 quarter of action here at Mustang-Panther. So getting ready for the start of the second quarter. Panthers defense forces back-to-back 3-and-outs. And Colleyville will start at their own 38-yard line. Bodie Weaver fires it over the middle, and it's caught by Luke Graves. He's cut down at the 45-yard line, moving into Bulldogs territory.
Nice pitch and catch by the quarterback and the receiver there. Hit him right behind the linebackers and right in front of the safety there. So that was a great play and great pickup for the first down.
Weaver quick out, tries to find Samir Johnson, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 45. Barrington Strickland in that coverage for the Bulldogs. The Panthers with that nice connection to Luke Graves. Already back in Bulldogs territory, Gerard Wiley on the carry, bouncing to the outside, and he's going to get thrown down for a big loss. Shamar Williams comes in to make the stop, getting into the backfield to back the Panthers up, make it 3rd and 11, a loss of 1.
Looked like they tried to. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but the ball was snapped while the Bulldogs were not set, but it ended up hurting them for a loss anyway. So if that was on purpose, it didn't benefit him whatsoever.
Wiley goes in motion. Weaver eyes down the field. He launches. Wancombe, intended target, touchdown. Colleyville goes long, and they score. 46 yards to Nicholas Wancombe, and the senior puts the Panthers up a 16-0 lead early in the second quarter.
That was a great ball. The cornerback got outran, and instead of staying on the hip pocket of the receiver, he's looking back at the ball, which they tell you not to do every time, because while you're looking back, that receiver is running off on you. Nice touchdown by the Panthers.
Zucker, money on the extra point, brought to you by Unified Health Advisors Health Insurance Agency. Zuckert's made all but 1 extra points this season. And Colleyville deep strike down the field to Nick Wancombe. He is, for Colleyville now, his 16th reception on the season, their main threat on the outside, averaging over 14 yards a catch. Same with Luke Graves. Those are the 2 receivers involved in this attack for Bodie Weaver, at least that you look to first. Graves got the big reception to set him up around the 45. And then the 46-yard touchdown to Wancombe to finish off the drive in a 17-0 lead for Colleyville.
Yeah, and there was a few runs in between those passes, so therefore they were trying to do the whole 1-2 punch thing to where they allow you to sleep with the run, and then they go over the top, and it worked twice. The thing about it, it was a touchdown on the last one, unfortunately for the Bulldogs. So these guys need to come back and try to fight to get back in this game, or it could get out of hand really quick.
17-0 already, 10:52 to go in this second quarter. The graphic indicates that it's the second quarter of action here at Mustang-Panther. A 17-0 lead for the Panthers, a 61-yard touchdown from Gerard Wiley on the second series for Colleyville. And then a 46-yard touchdown reception from Nick Wancombe, and another touchback for Ryan Zuckert. That kickoff brought to you by Texas Live, but a pair of big-time touchdowns, explosive touchdowns, one on the ground, one through the air for Colleyville, and a good way to respond coming out of the bye week. You're looking to see what this offense can do. Throw an interception on their first drive, but they've come back and put together 3 consecutive scoring drives, 2 touchdowns with a field goal sandwiched in between, and they lead 17-0.
Well, sometime after a bye, you can come out looking a little shaky because your nerves and all that kind of stuff. It's just like the first week of football. You come out, you've been off for a week, and you're just ready to get back on the football field. So you saw some jitters early, but now it looked like they've settled in, and they're starting to push the pedal to the metal on these Bulldogs.
And a handoff to Princeton Roberts. Picks up maybe a yard on the play. Early second quarter of action. And that'll make it a 2nd and about 9. Roberts, the quarterback, back there with Neiman Page. And for Everman, their 4th series tonight. Turned it over on downs after starting at the 50, following an interception. The back-to-back punts and 3 and outs for them. 2nd and 9 from the 26. Roberts has to evade the pressure, and the hit comes.
Ball's loose.
Colleyville's got the football, perhaps a big loose ball. And, man, the pressure came in a hurry right there. We'll see who has it. And the Colleyville Heritage Panthers get the turnover, picking up the football. Huge play right there by the Panthers, and they'll be set up inside the red zone.
That was a Sam linebacker blitz, and he was able to get there. He missed the tackle, but the quarterback spun into his nose guard, creating a fumble. So that was a heck of a play by the Panthers to get that ball back for their offense based off a turnover. Great job by the defense. Heck of a call at that point in the play by the defensive coordinator.
Everybody coming into the backfield and just laying a hit on the quarterback. Ball comes loose, and now the Panthers start at the 17-yard line. Bryce Abraham to the edge, and he gets inside the 10.
He's got to work on his mobility a little bit. He's so fast he couldn't stop himself from running out of bounds, and the problem is he could have scored had he just cut it back up the field, but he'll get that corrected one day.
Pickup of 9, though, sets up a 2nd and 1, under 10 to go in this second quarter. 17-0, and the Panthers knocking at the door once again. They force a turnover on downs, then 2 straight 3 and outs, and then a turnover to put them already in the red zone after recovering a fumble. For the Panthers defensively, Abraham wrestled down the backfield.
Nice play by the Bulldogs. He came right off the edge, and nobody accounted for him, and he was able to make a tackle for loss. Good play by the Bulldogs.
Second time, number 55 has come in for a tackle for loss tonight. Not listed on our roster of any 55, but certainly making plays out on the gridiron, 3rd down.
He says, I may not be on your roster, but I'm down here making plays, and that was a heck of a play right there.
9:27 with the clock moving in this second quarter of action. Bodie Weaver, the quarterback. Bunch to the right side. Weaver takes it himself. He's got space to the outside. Wancombe laid the block, and Weaver runs it in. An 11-yard touchdown run, but a flag comes, and it looks like maybe a hold will bring this back.
Yeah, it looked like Wancombe got him on the edge there and didn't let him go in time. So you can't. Those guys, there's going to be holding involved, but once the runner gets up on you, you got to let that guy go because now the referee's eyes go right to you. And so that's exactly what happened. As Weaver passed him up for the touchdown, they saw that the cornerback was being held by the receiver, and they threw the flag. That was an easy one on that one.
So 3rd down and long. Panthers at the 20-yard line. Bodie Weaver is going to step up once again, moving forward, jumps across the 10-yard line. Bodie Weaver, a couple nice runs for him tonight. 3rd time he's tried to take it, and that'll set up a 4th and short, and the Panthers offense staying out there.
Yeah, I would go for this, but hey, look like they're going to bring out the field goal team to get the points. I just think you got the Bulldogs on the ropes right now, and if you pin them, if you score, great. If you don't, you already have them pinned back. They haven't been able to move the ball all night, so I think it's a win-win for you regardless, but look like the Panthers are going to take the 3 points.
27-yard try. Kick is up and through. Another conversion, 2nd of the night for Landon Dressel. That kick brought to you by Unified Health Advisors Health Insurance Agency. And Colleyville tacks 3 more on their 4th straight scoring drive and a 20-0 advantage. Didn't pick up a ton of yards on that drive, and let's remind you the drive happened because the Colleyville defense gave them a gift, force a fumble, recover it. Panthers start in the red zone. Thought they had the touchdown, wiped away by a holding call, settled for a field goal, but leading 20-0.
Well, again, the Bulldogs defense, that feels like a win because you stop them and you only give up 3. The problem is it's 20-0. They're putting up points, so the offense has got to come out here and find a way to put some scores on the board to get these guys back in the game. And if that can't happen, we may see a blowout tonight, but they're going to have to help themselves out by putting some points on the board. I'm sorry, and they just hadn't been able to do that tonight. So we'll see what happens here as they take the field.
A 20-0 advantage for the Panthers. 8:21 to go in this second quarter. When we look at 3-5 AD2, a couple undefeated teams still in Argyle and Mansfield Summit. Seguin, who Colleyville plays next week, they're 5-1 overall, 3-1 in district action. Their loss came to Timberview, who's 2-2, a team that Colleyville shut out. Colleyville right now at 2-1, so looking to play well down the stretch and get one of those coveted 4 spots in the playoffs. As they kick it off, a very loaded district. I mean, an Everman team, they've been a consistent staple in the postseason. Just missed it one time since 1999, but that's a little bit complicated with a young team and a very tough district right now, sitting at 1-3 in district action. And, man, it is a very, very prestigious team in terms of the consistency for them to get to the postseason, but on the outside looking in already, still plenty of football left to play in this season, but sitting at 1-3 in district action and down 20-0 right now in the second quarter, as it is a short kick caught at the 15-yard line. It'll be brought out by the Bulldogs. Space to go for Carter, and it gets up to the 34-yard line. Carl Carter on the return.
Yeah, back to these Everman Bulldogs. I've played at TC with several guys that was a part of this team and back when they were winning, and that's a remarkable record. Only missing since one time since '99. I mean, they've had some hellified seasons over the years. So seeing, every once in a while you're going to have your rebuilding years, and this may be one of them. But based off their history, I know they'll get back on track.
Coach Michael Boone, team that's trying to get this defense in check, lost 63-14 last week. Colleyville already with 20 points hung on the board with 8:14 to go in this second quarter. Page on the carry. He has some space, puts his head down, breaks a tackle, and Hebeson eventually able to wrap him up, but not before a big gain, an explosive run from the sophomore running back. And he has been one of the brightest spots for this offense, and he gets a big carry.
Yeah, that's a good run by this young man to exploring that left side of the football of the defense and picking up the first down. But that was a good hard-nosed run and by the young guy.
So 1st and 10 from the 45. They go right back to Page, and he runs through a defender to get up to about the 40-yard line. A nice pickup of 5 for Neiman Page. 5 touchdowns on the year for the sophomore. 340 yards on the ground coming in, most on the team with over 6 a carry.
Look like they're trying to exploit that left side, as I was saying earlier about the Panthers offense going on the Bulldogs' right side. But it looked like the offense of Everman offense is saying, hey, we found some over here on the defensive left side, and we're going to exploit that as well.
So on the carry, not much room to go, but still picking up a decent chunk, feeding Page after he picked up the first down. They go back to him on back-to-back carries, and it sets up a 3rd and short.
And this is what I'm talking about with the Panthers. I mean, they're letting this Everman team, basically run the ball down their throats right now. And for these guys to finish up strong in the district, they can't allow this to happen. And we've seen this way too much this year.
Deep shot down the field. Looks like it was going to be a free play. It was. Colleyville jumped off. And so Princeton Roberts, the junior quarterback, moving from slot receiver this year to the quarterback spot, recognized that and threw it down the field.
Yeah, that's a heads-up play. I know they're young, but to understand that the defense jumped offside and you got a free play and he took it, that's pretty good knowledge of the game at that particular point. So kudos to him. It'd been big if they could have completed it, though.
20-0 lead for Colleyville, 6:46 to go in quarter number 2. Roberts sees the pressure come, runs up the field, makes a man miss, and takes it inside the 20-yard line for a first down. So the Bulldogs seeing some success on this drive, their most successful drive so far of the day after.
Good play by Roberts. He had an edge blitz right at him, and he's able to cut underneath it and pick up the first down. Looked like they were chasing him, so good play by the quarterback there. The defense got to pick it up. They got to find a way to get this offense off the football field.
They go to Damian Bedford, another sophomore running back. Picks up about 4 on the carry. Bulldogs committing to the run and being down 20-0. They can continue to try to run the football and get something going. It's not at the point where they want to completely abandon it, but you know if they're not going to be able to get stops, and they haven't shown that, Colleyville riding 4 consecutive scoring drives, it may not be the way they're going to be able to continue to operate as this game progresses.
Yeah, you just need one score right now. I mean, it's a 3-score, 4-score game, but right now, right there you go, touchdown. Yeah, you just need to get on the board, and once you get on the board and look like there's no flags there, and you got 49 seconds before the halftime, now you put together a defensive stop, and you can get yourself right back in here. But what a play by the Everman offense. That's a hell of a march down the field for a touchdown.
They ran it all the way down the field to the 20-yard line. Then Carl Carter, their star wide receiver, the senior, picks up the 20-yard touchdown reception, his 6th of the season, to make it 20-7. And the extra point is converted there for the Bulldogs. So they make it 20-7, trying to get back into this ball game. And after their first 4 drives, turnover on downs, punt, and then a lost fumble, they put together a drive down the length of the field, and now it started with a solid return from Carl Carter. Then it was some nice runs from Neiman Page to get him into Panther territory, and finished off as Princeton Roberts throws for the touchdown, his 8th through the air this season, and he finds his favorite target, Carl Carter, his 6th touchdown of the season for the senior wide receiver, 20 yards out, and it makes it 20-7.
That was a legit drive. They marched the football down the Panthers' throat, and they scored. I mean, Roberts had a say in it. Page had a say in it. I mean, those 2 guys just basically using their legs, and they put together a legit drive. That looked good. If they can only do a little bit more than that or stay consistent with that for the rest of the game, they may be able to make this a ball game. They may be able to get themselves back in here. So I look forward to them to focus like they just got through doing. Now it's the defensive side of the ball. They need to find a way to get some turnovers to get this team back in the ball game.
And just try to find a way to get a stop. Mention the turnover. Short kick, and Everman trying to get the onside kick. It was dropped for a moment, and the Bulldogs may have hopped back on it. We'll wait for the signal. They're trying to sort out who has the football, but man, Everman going for the onside kick.
The Panthers looked like they had it at first, but he dropped it, so I think the Bulldogs got on it. Well, no, they didn't. Panthers, number 6 got back on the ball. At first, had it in his hands, then he dropped it, and it looked like one of the Everman Bulldogs got underneath him. But, again, they're trying. I said earlier, you got to pay attention to a team that's 1-5. They're going to come in and throw the kitchen sink at you when it comes to the sneaky stuff. So they almost got away with one right there. That'd been huge if they could have got that ball scored before halftime. Excuse me.
Well, that was Ethan Jackson. Got the ball in his hands, dropped it, but then hopped back on it. So after the unsuccessful onside kick, good field position, and Bodie Weaver going to get wrestled down in the backfield. Shamar Williams been making plays here tonight as he stops Bodie Weaver for no gain on the play.
Big play by Williams there. Now they got yes, they have all 3 timeouts. So if they can just put the stop there and maybe call a timeout on this next play, they got 5 minutes left. I wouldn't quite use them yet, but they have to pay attention to that to get the ball back in offensive hand. So if they can stop them right here and get them off the football field, they have a good shot. Might have cost him, but it didn't.
20-7 ball game, 5:04 to go in the second quarter. Weaver with the snap, pressure comes. Weaver has to evade it and now runs out to the sideline, spins, and then gets tackled around the 45-yard line. He's going to be short. It's going to set up a 4th down, and we'll see Colleyville. And 4 to keep the drive alive for Colleyville. It was a big spot, too, because if Everman could parlay getting the football back, they also start with the football in the second half because they erased that by getting the interception to start the ball game. But instead, Bodie Weaver moves the chains.
Big play by the Panthers, sending Wally into motion across the field, and Weaver just basically going the opposite direction because they knew the attention had to be on the running back with the linebacker's eyes there. So that was a heads-up play by the quarterback.
Weaver takes it himself right there on the option. He had it in the chest of his running back, pulled it, ran it himself. His RB got tackled on the play, Gerard Wiley, but instead Weaver picks up about 6.
And again, you have to respect him. And the linebackers are leaving them to be, and that's going to cost them. See right there, they're so focused on the run, they threw it right behind the linebackers. They've got to, when the pass happens, they got to drop and get their depth, but they have to wait till the running back clears because that's their first priority is to make sure there's no run. And they're going to have to, those two, the Mike and Sam there, their job is to stop the quarterback and the running back. And they're not doing a good job at that right now.
And especially with the thing that makes it challenging for the linebackers is the second-level RPOs as well. You saw right there, they try to get Subankezi behind that second level for the connections. 3rd down. Weaver, time in the pocket, throws a dime down the field. It's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Luke Graves. Would have had 6 if he could have hauled it in, but drops the opportunity for a 34-yard touchdown. And the Panthers again facing a 4th down, 5 yards to go here.
Well, he dropped that ball because he heard those footsteps. He thought he was going to get popped, but the safety went for the pick instead of the hit. So that's why that's a wide open touchdown. He's supposed to make that catch, but looked like he was a little focused on that safety bearing down on him.
So 3:23 to go in the second quarter. Colleyville, can they convert on another 4th down on this drive? Wiley in motion. Weaver down the field, and his receiver slipped, and the ball is, for a moment, thought it was picked off, but instead, and wisely instead, if it was on purpose, dropped, because now the Bulldogs will get the ball at their own 34-yard line. That was their receiver, Carl Carter, who fell down in the end zone, but looked like an opportunity to take the shot. 2 safeties were deep. However, looked like Weaver's target just fell down, and that's what appeared to happen.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped down on the play, but I'm inside of me. I'm yelling to myself, don't intercept it. Don't intercept it. You get the ball at midfield just about. So if he catches it and stays in end zone, the ball comes out to the 20. So it cost him some field position there. So luckily he didn't catch that football for a pick.
Yes, for the Bulldogs' sake, they definitely gained field position on that. And now, can they follow up what was a good drive last time they had the football? Their first good drive of the night resulted in 7 points, and Princeton Roberts takes it himself, and he gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard.
Great play by the linebacker. He saw the quarterback trying to get up into the A gap there, and he said, not today, sir, that's my gap, and filled it. And so Good play by him. But the problem is with the Everman offense, they have 2 minutes and 50 seconds to try to make something happen. So right there, and they have 3 timeouts left, so they're going to have to be wise and smart with this drive.
2nd and 11 from the 33. Roberts gets to the outside, tries to cut up the field, and a good tackle made in open space by the Panthers right there.
And again, the clock is running, 3 timeouts, and there's no sense of urgency. You have to be smart here. You got to figure out a way to get 3 points at least out of this drive.
3rd down and 1. We go to the ground. Page tries to cut up the field. He gets right to the line to gain. And that will be a 1st down for the Panthers, or for the Bulldogs, trying to run on this Panthers defense before halftime. We're waiting to see this official move the signal. Clearly got past the line to gain, and they eventually moved the chains. 2 minutes to go in this 2nd quarter. Bulldogs with the football, trying to parlay what is the ball in their hands at the end of the first half. They also will start with the football in the 3rd quarter. Quick throw outside. And then Gain tackled right there.
You got to burn a timeout right now, Coach. I don't know what they're doing with 1:35. They're trying to do this quick game stuff, but I think you balled in to try to pick up a big chunk of yards. It's mind-boggling to me why they're trying to keep three timeouts right now.
Brendan Taylor makes the catch. Set up a 2nd down, and they hand it off to Page, and he will pick up 2 yards. Just getting across. Golden clock continues to tick.
Don't understand it. That's the thing. They're not taking a timeout. They still have 3 timeouts with 32 seconds left, and the play calling was just run the ball in out routes. You have to find a play within that time frame. You had about 2 minutes or so on the clock. Why not take a deep one if you're going to do that to pick up some yards? You've been taking deep shots. Continue to do the same, and maybe you pick up a personal foul, or you get the 1st down, or maybe even a touchdown. But to go into halftime with 3 touchdowns, that is mind-boggling to me, and I just don't understand it.
Yes, with 3 timeouts, it is interesting. Deep to return. Now, they try to fake punt earlier in this game. They do have Page, their running back, as the one punting it, and he will kick this one and have it take a nice roll all the way to the 11-yard line. So they say, okay, 20 seconds left. Colleyville 2 timeouts after they burned one. We'll see if the Panthers can operate with 20 seconds left before halftime and try to add points. 2 timeouts in 20 seconds.
I know players play and coaches coach, but coaches have got to put their players in the right position to give them the best opportunity to win. And right there, I just feel like they let the offense down by not trying to score, trying to be aggressive. It's only 20-7. If you score here, put up at least 3 points, you get the ball back in the second half, and look like they just didn't want to score whatsoever as far as the play calling. So that just says a lot to me from the sidelines.
And now the Bulldogs take a timeout, getting set defensively. So they did come, Shannon. They're not going to the locker room with all 3 in their pocket. However,
good for them.
We'll see. 20 seconds left in this 2nd quarter. On that note, the only explanation is it kind of operating out of fear that if you do call the timeouts, because they got the ball with around 2 minutes left?
Yes,
and
midfield.
They had plenty of time, and there is that part of, okay, we don't want to give them enough time, but to not go for the deep shots because they were coming off the heels of their best drive of the game. They drove it all the way down the field. They had the 20-yard connection to their star wideout, and they did have success running with Page. And at that moment, you don't have to abandon the run because you have the 3 timeouts.
Right, and great point. they scored. They had the momentum per se. They actually stopped Colleyville from scoring, and then they get another opportunity with 2 minutes or so left before halftime. But then they didn't get aggressive. You have to turn that into something. You've got to fight there to turn it in. I mean, all I was saying is maybe you call a timeout and get together a really good play or one of your trick plays or something that will take the ball, get the ball down the field, because all they did was run the ball and run quick outs, and I don't understand that part of it. No urgency to score.
Well, here is Gerard Wiley, who takes a nice carry, a pickup of 13, and he gets out of bounds. 7 seconds come off the clock, but Wiley with a nice carry there. So Colleyville, perhaps a couple deep shots with 2 timeouts. They have a chance to get into field goal range.
So here you have it with them. With the Panthers, they're up 27 there, and with 13 seconds now at the time, but look like they have a sense of urgency to try to score, even though they're on the 20. And a long way to go, but at least they're acting as if they're trying to score.
They throw it to the outside. Prycia steps out of bounds around the 31-yard line. 6 seconds left. So really at this point, you could have more time to maybe get it to where you have a second or two left for a shot, but probably not going to get in field goal range here.
No, I see them just running it out right now. I mean, it's 6 seconds left. It's I'd be shocked to see a Hail Mary type of situation, but I think they'll just run it out and go in for halftime.
No deep shot?
I think they'll run the football.
We'll see. They throw it out over the middle. They give it off to Burgess. 1 second left. It looks like Colleyville calls time. Well, they were trying to get a timeout in before halftime, but time expires. As that play ends, so both teams will go to the locker room. Colleyville leading 20-7. The Panthers put 4 straight scoring drives together after starting the game off throwing an interception. They get a 61-yard touchdown from Gerard Wiley, a field goal, a 46-yard touchdown reception from Juan Cambi, another field goal. They turned it over on downs, but then forced a punt, got it back before half, but unable to score. And we will take a timeout. 27 to score. Alongside Shannon Brazil, I'm Will Connerly. We'll be back in a moment. It's Panther Friday on Tradio.
They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights.
You wanna be great now. You're just trying to find a way out. I don't wanna tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. There's no way out of this. This life is all you get. One shot to take. Don't miss, just make. Don't get it twisted. We're on a mission to live life legendary. Yeah, we are legendary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. Thin our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. There's strength in our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names.
Watch this. Unleash your professional image with Metroplex headshots. From individual headshots to executive team portraits, we deliver exceptional quality. Metroplex headshots combines artistry and expertise to create headshots that make an impact. Visit our website at metroplexheadshots.com or call us today to schedule your session. Metroplex Headshots. Unleash your professional image.
right, Buster, come on, you got this. Fix that hair on the right. Just give me hands. Give me the vicious kitty. Perfect. Hey. Hey, you. 40-yard line. Big guy. No, the other guy. I've seen your LinkedIn picture.
For your homecoming halftime entertainment, the varsity premier Panther dance team and their special guest. Panther of the week is freshman Lucia Livingston. Spirit Girl of the week, senior Reese Ford. Pantera Heart of the Hill, Junior Coco Keith. This year's Rookie Bob of the Week, Curtis Jones. This year's Veteran Bob of the Week is Matt Beck. And the Scariest Bob of the Award goes to Matt Beck. Pantera Teacher of the Week is Mr. Neal. Pantera managers are Lauren Bellinger, Lindsay Shepard, and Sophia Scholl. Tonight's performance is their traditional homecoming Bob and Sue dance. The Panteras are in the direction of Karis Sam, assisted by Amy Whittle. ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Colleyville Heritage High School homecoming activities. If you will please direct your attention to the 50-yard line, while we come to the highlight of the evening, the crowning of the homecoming king and queen of Colleyville Heritage High School. We will now present the homecoming princes, and the homecoming king and queen and their escorts. And now your 2024 homecoming court and nominees. Freshman princess, Lucia Livingston. Daughter of Jeff and Marissa Livingston. Her escort this evening is freshman prince, Mikey Hester, son of Catherine Hester. Sophomore princess, Avery Ruff. Daughter of Jason and Jennifer Ruff. Her escort this evening is sophomore prince, Will Hummer, son of Jeremy and Liz Hummer. Junior princess, Landon Bullock, daughter of John and Mandy Bullock. Her escort this evening is Damari Evans, son of Candace Evans. Daughter of Kyle and Brianna Fedra. Here's escort this evening is her father, Kyle Fedra. Bryson Burgess, son of Brian and Danielle Burgess. Brian is escorted by his mom, Danielle Burgess. Sarah Mendoza, daughter of Robert and Andrea Mendoza. Sarah's escort this evening is her father, Robert Mendoza. Ian Falea, son of Victor and Isabel. Ian is escorted by his mom, Isabel Falea. Adina Sharir, daughter of Dr. Abdullah Sharir and Nafisa Ali. He is escorted this evening with her father, Dr. Abdullah Sharir. Kevin Thomas, son of Phyllis Clark. Kevin is escorted by his mom, Kelsey Clark. Audrey Torres, daughter of Lisa and Jamie Torres. Audrey's escort this evening is her father, Lucio Torres. We would like to thank Bob Peters and Balfour for providing these honors and keychains to the homecoming court and the star and scepter for the king and queen. We would also like to thank our very own floral and design class for generously donating the beautiful bouquet to the queen and flowers for the princess. Tonight's coronation will be conducted by Mr. Garrett Payne, principal of Colleyville Heritage High School. Mr. Payne will be assisted by student council officers. And now, here's your homecoming king and queen for 2024. The couple who steps into royalty at this moment are Sarah Mendoza and Josh Stein.
Let's see where you are. Alongside Shannon Brazil, I'm Will Connerly. Halftime 20-7 the score. And let's see what the second half of action brings, Shannon. What are your thoughts on going into the second half? Colleyville, 2 touchdowns. They're both big ones, couple field goals as well. They do let up the 1 touchdown to Everman on their second to last drive of the first half. From both teams' perspectives, we'll start with Colleyville. What do you want to see from the Panthers in this second half?
Well, they're going to come out. They need to come out without all, shake the rust off. Should be already, all that stuff from having a bye should be out of the tank right now. They need to come. They're going to play on defense first. They need to come in and put this game away, starting with the first series there, get a 3-and-out, get the football back into Weaver's hands and let him do what he does best, and that's throwing touchdowns or using his legs. And so that's what I expect they'll do. I expect that they got a talking to at halftime saying, hey, guys, we were a little flat. Even though it's 20-7, it could be easily a closer game than that, or with the mistakes that's been made, they could have 27, 30 points up there, and this game could be out of reach. But that's not the case. We have a 2-score game, and from the Everman side, they need to minimize the mistakes. They got to get some things rolling. The head coach there, I didn't agree with how they finished. I felt they had opportunity to march the ball down and potentially get 3 points. And again, they didn't use any timeouts. They kept them in their wallet like they could. Like they would move over into the third quarter with them. That's not the case. So I'm kind of at odds with that decision. But anyway, I think they'll come out and give their best shot. But if not, this game will be over.
Well, let's take a look back at the first half of action and see what happened. It started with Colleyville. They scored a touchdown. Gerard Wiley, 59 yards. That made it 7-0. They then tacked on a field goal from 25 yards out, making it 10-0. They extended the lead once again when Bodie Weaver connected with Nick Wankambi for 46 yards with 10:52 left in the second, made it 17-0. Then Landon Dressel tacked on another field goal to make it 20-0. Everman ultimately got that 19-yard touchdown to Carl Carter to make it 20-7. It's where we stand now. The Bulldogs will start with the football. And for the Bulldogs, for the second half of action, they saw some success on that one drive. How do you think they can replicate what they did to get that scoring drive late in the second quarter?
Try to do it again. Run the same type of system, same type of plays until they stop it. Because in that drive, they did not stop it. And I think if they can put together a couple more drives like that one where they got the 7 points on, they can get back into this football game. But that was their best series of football, and they're going to have to play more of that if they want to have a chance to beat this Mustang team. I'm sorry, the Panthers. I don't know why I said Mustangs. I'm looking at the Mustangs, but I'm sorry for that, the Panthers.
Well, the kickoff is off. Another touchback for Ryan Zuckert, and we're ready to go for this third quarter. Bulldogs with the football. And what did you see from them, though, specifically with what worked for them? I know they had some runs, and it's just hard to know ultimately what's going to work for the Bulldogs because when you look at this, they've been off to a slow start this season, sitting at 1-5. It probably is hard to, when you just dive into this team and this locker room and your perspective, it's hard to know what works when you haven't had a ton of success during this season. How do you move past that's the question.
Yeah, I think with the quarterback, you got to keep him with the ball in his hand and keep him from overthrowing it. But between him and Page, that's how they got down the field. It was the quarterback run, the quarterback pitch to the running back. And they for whatever reason, I'm sure it was like 40% to the left side. They exploited the left side of that defense moving the football. So, again, they've got to put together a couple more drives like that and keep the chains moving instead of playing behind the chains, and they'll have a shot.
Neiman Page on the carry, a loss of a yard. Hayden West comes in for the tackle for loss. 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Roberts back to pass. Getting pressured by Logan. Throws it down the field, and the intended target was Brendan Taylor.
And they sent a Sam blitz up the middle, which was picked up, but the quarterback had to scramble on that play and was not able to locate a receiver down the field and ends up throwing the ball out of bounds.
Third quarter brought to you by MFI Roofing, great sponsor of Panther Friday night. Beautiful night in Grapevine, Texas. Colleyville leading 20-7, and a 3rd and 11 upcoming. Bulldogs opening possession of this second half. We're going to hand it off to Page. Evades the initial tackle from Ole Iwola and then gets stopped up again behind the line of scrimmage. So they move back 2 yards on that possession. In a 4th and 12, they'll punt.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not how you come out when you get the ball first in the second half. And so for them to go 3 and out, that's just not a good series. And so kudos to the Panthers defense for getting them off the field. But if this Bulldog team want to get back in the football game, they can't allow that to happen.
The 4th punt of the night goes out of bounds, and Colleyville will be set up in quality field position as the punt does not clear midfield, and so Panthers offense right back out there.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, Wiley and Weaver time. We'll see how they're going to put this drive together. They got great field position. And I know their plans are to probably march this football down right now and score. They're not coming off the football field without points.
1st and 10 from the 47 of the Bulldogs. It is Weaver time, as you mentioned. Wiley to his left. 2 receivers up top. They give it to Wiley. He wants to find the outside, and he breaks a tackle. Wiley gets inside the 40-yard line, and then pickup of an 8 on 1st down.
What a run by Mr. Wiley. That guy, man, I've always said it all year. He's small, but he's strong. He's a powerful punch, and he drug about 2-3 guys to pick up an extra 4 or 5 yards, leaving them in 2nd and short. What a run.
And he's been running off tackle a lot tonight. And with the space that he can create, he and Abraham, the 2 running backs featured tonight, they both want to get to that edge and just try to get to a foot race. Both have plenty of speed, and that's been on display this evening.
Yes, it has, and that's their bread and butter as running backs if they can get on the edge.
Dropped in the bucket. Nickwan Combi with the catch inside the 10-yard line.
Man, they set it up perfect again. Run, pass. Just like that. And big catch by Mr. West. Dropped it in the bread basket. What a throw. That was awesome to see.
Nickwan Combi on that catch. Supankezi and Graves out to the left side. Lined up out wide, bunch up to the left side of the offensive line as well. The handoff to Gerard Wiley, and he picks up a couple yards with forward progress despite being pushed back.
He's met by a host of Bulldogs in the middle there. Short pickup, and that brings up a 2nd and short, but that was a great play by the Bulldogs to keep him out of the end zone because we know these guys hit a hole and they can pick it up right now.
2nd and goal to go for the Panthers. Another hit to Wiley, gets to the 3-yard line.
There's that number 55 again. He's around the football every play, and he saved a touchdown right there on that play there. So 3rd and short, I would plug away right up the middle with Mr. Wiley. I mean, the man can pick it up. Why not give it to him again?
3rd and goal. Weaver looks, end zone, touchdown.
What a play.
Wendler on the touchdown reception. Blake Wendler hauling it in, and a score for Colleyville on their opening drive of the second half.
A little misdirection there with the tight end coming across the football. They fake to Wiley to the left, and they bootleg out to the tight end. What a good play into the goal line. That's a great goal line play by the Panthers.
Extra point by Zuckert is good. Wendler, 2nd reception of the season. It's good for a touchdown.
Man, that's awesome play right there. That's a big play. I know he's excited to get his 2nd touchdown of the year. but misdirection, and the linebackers are keying on the running back, and he gets underneath them for an easy touchdown.
Second catch of the year. First touchdown, Shannon.
Yeah, first touchdown, second catch. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, you're all
I'm
good.
excited for the man.
Hey, and that is a good coming as the tight end. Good design as well, because obviously being sold out for the run, you end up making a nice play on the other side of that with Weaver rolling out.
And that's exactly what happened. They just a little misdirection. They're keying in as linebackers inside the red zone there. You want to key on the running back there, and that's exactly what they did. So they fake it left with a bootleg, and the tight end gets underneath there for an easy touchdown. So that was a great play call, knowing that the Bulldogs would be aggressive in the red zone.
So now the Panthers set to kick this football off. But Shannon, that's big as well, because hope was kind of there for the Bulldogs if they were able to go and make something happen on that first drive down 20-7. Instead, a quick punt, 3-and-out, and Colleyville scores to take control back of the ball game.
Yeah, and that was my whole thing going into halftime. You got to go down there, you got to get points, you got to play to get points. You get the ball back, and that gives you a little momentum to try to score, but they don't do that, and then they come out and they go 3-and-out. And then the Panthers marched the ball in. So it was just a reversal of everything that could have been because they did not play to score going into halftime.
We caught around the 25, and we'll see if the Bulldogs can't create anything offensively here.
Yeah, they need to. This game's going to get out of hand at 27-7 at the top of the third quarter. They need to put something together like the drive they had when they scored. Why not now? To put their team in a position to at least rest the defense and put together a score to try to get back in this football game. We've seen teams do that, being down 21 points. We've seen this Panther team do it. So it's not over. They just got to get it done.
We'll see what the Panthers can do here on this occasion. Defensively, they've looked good. 4 on the defensive line. And it will be a handoff and another stop made. Eventually wrestled down. That's Evan Nieta, who was in a big battle up front with the offensive linemen.
Nice job by Evan and also the middle linebacker, Mr. Williams, by filling the hole and clogging things up for a short gain. Edge blitz coming.
Quick throw out and tackle being evaded, getting across the 30-yard line. Hebeson is able to wrestle down Brennan Taylor.
Yeah, nice alert play by the quarterback, seeing the blitz come off the edge and to get the ball out pretty fast for a short pickup. But there's 3rd and 5, and they need to come up with a play now to keep this offense on the field.
Third down, we'll see what the Bulldogs can do. 5 yards to go from the 30-yard line. Roll out, throw far side, incomplete. Intended target on that one was Elijah Allen, but the senior can't make the catch, and it's 4th and 5, and another punt likely in the works.
Yeah, that's by their own doing right there. I mean, that was a nice rollout, and I'm not a big fan of having 3rd and short into the boundary, but the quarterback put it in his hands. He's got to come out with that first down, and he drops the ball, putting his punt team out there on the field.
So Burgess back to return this one, and he's going to bring it out. Nice return for Burgess, and he gets it to the 35-yard line. Colleyville with a short field.
What a great punt return. First of all, the punt itself was poor. And then the punt returner is able to pick up some positive yards, putting the offense in a great situation to go ahead for a quick score, if they so choose to, which I think they will.
Well, if it is a choice. But it's felt like a choice tonight. Already 27 points. They've had their way with the Bulldogs defense. 3 touchdowns, a couple field goals, but stopped up here is Bodie Weaver, and he is thrown down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there's that man again, 55. I mean, he's been around the football. One thing about this defense, They hadn't been able to stop the Panthers, but number 55 has been around that football all night. He's giving you everything he's got tonight on that D lineman.
So after no gain, 2nd and 10 from the 35 of the Bulldogs. Hand off to the outside. And trying to seal that edge was the wideout Cash McMahon on the carry from the Colleyville running back Bryce Abraham.
Good run by him. I'd like to know the name of this number 55 because this guy can play football. He's given everything he's got. He's back-to-back tackles right there. And if one for him, they'd still be running and be for a touchdown right now.
Getting off the defensive line rather quickly. He's lined up right on the edge of the defensive line. I mentioned number 55, what we're going with tonight. No roster from the school that we had a number 55 on, but he certainly has a deserving spot. Rushing the quarterback here. Throw down. It's Johnson, incomplete. Looking for Samir Johnson down the field. Weaver trying to give him a chance, single coverage, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, he's got to put those elbows together and bring that ball down. When it's that close, you've got to be an athlete, make a play on the football, and he just missed it.
So that'll bring up 4th down. 5:47 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Bulldogs need to make a play right here.
Throw to the outside, and wow, Nick Wancombe, plenty of space on 4th and long. 7 yards to go, and they pick up the yardage, moving to the red zone. Nick Wancombe with another nice catch, and he was wide open.
Yeah, it looked like the cornerback there gave him way too much respect in a situation like that, to where it looked like he was going to run a seam route, and he comes back and runs pretty much a stop route and picks up the easy 1st down.
And plenty of ease for Bodie Weaver. Touchdown, Panthers.
Yeah, I didn't like that play right there by the defense. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw that was an easy touchdown because I saw some guys just kind of loafing around and not really playing the football. So that was an easy touchdown by the Panthers, which we knew they were going to try to do. But I would have loved to see a little bit more effort by the Bulldogs.
The Panthers make it 33-7. And the extra point knocked through from Landon Dressel, brought to you by Unified Health Advisors Health Insurance Agency. 5:15 to go in the 3rd. And Colleyville pouring it on here on Panther Friday night on Tradio. A touchdown for Bodie Weaver. Back-to-back touchdown drives for the Panthers to start the 2nd half as they are creating distance with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, this is where it gets fun for the Colleyville Panthers. This is where you start having fun and knowing that they can't stop you and the score's getting out of reach. And so now you just kind of pin your ears back and have fun. And if you show so desire to put in some backups here and there, because this Everman Bulldog team is really not showing much fight. Sometimes, I mentioned earlier, you can substitute too early, but these guys, as I mentioned a while ago, they just pretty much allowed them to walk in the end zone without it pursuing to the football. So on one side, it's not too fun, and on the Panthers side, this is where you can have fun and just kind of play football.
So Panthers to kick it off. Kickoff brought to you by Texas Live. Booting it deep. Their 4th touchdown of the night. 2 in the 1st half and 2 in the 2nd half on their first 2 drives. And that ball goes out of play at the 5, so a penalty marker comes down.
Yeah, this Everman team's young, but I'm yet to see. I'm kind of looking at body language, and it'll tell you a lot. I'm looking for leadership, and look like they're just they feel like they've been here, done that, and they're just going through the motions. So it'd be good to see some fight. If anything, see some leaders step up. Try to pump you guys up, and try to rally back. Try to have some fight, because just going out there laying an egg and not giving effort, that's not how you play football. Quite frankly, you'll get somebody hurt on your team if you're just out there not being alert and just lollygagging around.
first down and 10 for the Bulldogs as they get the football back. After the Bodie Weaver touchdown, you have a handoff, good pursuit by the Panthers, limit it to just a 2-yard gain, and Colleyville acting like they got the football on that play.
Yeah, he convinced me. There's no sign from the referees, though. Looked like he was down by contact.
Evan Hiedo, who he had the football in his hands, he thought it was a turnover.
Yeah, there's no review on this level, so he might have been down, but there's no proof of that.
So just a 2-yard gain. And 2nd and 8. Throw over to the far side. Play made in the secondary by Jaden Hall. After the catch is made on the outside to set up a 3rd down and short for the Bulldogs with 4:15 to go in this 3rd quarter.
That was a nice pickup by the offensive line. They ran a stunt with Evan, a twist stunt, and the quarterback got it out pretty fast. And I'm saying you have to be able to see that to pick it up. Now, on this play here, they let them get through because they brought the kitchen sink at them. But that was a great pickup the play before last for the quarterback to get that ball out for a short pickup.
Yeah, Madden Williams, the linebacker, the middle linebacker, brought the pressure. That sets up 4th down and the 3rd consecutive punt for the Bulldogs here in the second half of action. So Burgess back deep to return once again. He has had success returning tonight. He calls for the fair catch at the 42.
Well, let's see if we can get some fight from this Everman Bulldogs football team. I mean, they play a lot of football tonight because their offense is not giving them much time to rest. So, I hate to see guys go through the motions like this because they're tired. I mean, I get it. But they've got to be able to play. This is a nice, wonderful football night weather-wise. So, I mean, this is where you pin your ears back and have a little fun.
And rush to the outside, getting toward the 50-yard line.
I can tell you one guy who's having fun, and I think the world of him from being up here is that number 55. He is pursuing the football, and that's one guy. And if I didn't say it earlier, he is the leader of the defense. I guess I was particularly saying on the offense, who's going to be that leader to get the offense going. But the number 55, the right DN, he is leading by example, and this guy is playing some football tonight. He just needs to know people to come with him.
So 2nd is short after the nice run, and Samir Johnson on the catch. He gets pushed out around the 45, but that will be a 1st down for Colleyville.
Good pressure by the D-line. Again, number 55 in his face. Good job by Mr. Weaver getting the football out quick, knowing that there's pressure coming at him.
So Colleyville pouring it on, leading 34-7 with the football in Bulldog territory now, and a fresh set of downs after the Samir Johnson reception. Handoff to Abram, and he's blown up at the backfield by who else? Number 55 for the Bulldogs.
Oh, what a play. He ran a stunt to hit the running back for a loss. Man, what a play. I'm just sitting here looking. That was a heck of a play by number 55. Yes, we're going to call his name out because I'm telling you guys, this guy is playing football. I wish I could call somebody else's name, but he's the one who's making all the plays right now. Be it tackles or being pressured, it's him.
2nd and 10, Colleyville, and it's incomplete. Looking toward the far side to Wankambi.
Yeah, this is the part in the game where it can get kind of stale. The Panthers, knowing they have a big lead, and it's 3rd and 10, and they hadn't moved the ball whatsoever, so they need to finish this thing from a team perspective. They need to do a better job of finishing football games. They have the talent, they have the coaches, but they stall way too much for my liking in these games.
Out to Samir Johnson. He gets wrestled down, but not before he picks up 10 yards and a first down. Tackle made by Aaron Bender, but Samir Johnson with another nice reception.
Way too easy right there. Like I say, this is one of those at-will games. That means we can do what we want to do at will, and there's just no need for the Panthers to be stalling. They need to put together a drive. Hey, go put some more points on the board and get this game over with.
Handoff to Abraham. Plenty of space on the outside. He gets inside the 30-yard line. He wants to take it out horizontally a lot tonight. Both of these running backs have done a great job setting up Colleyville in good down and distance situations.
That was great vision by the running back. I love that play right there. It's a stretch play, and he can pick his holes. That one just went a little longer, but he's able to pick up a good amount of yards with that play because his vision's tremendous.
So second down and about 5 to go. And Bodie Weaver will take it this time, and he picks up the first down. And Colleyville really just having their way, can run it with the quarterback. The running backs have been completing passes on third down and approaching the red zone once more, already leading 34-7, a minute to go in the third.
Yeah, they're running this clock out. I mean, it's just too easy for them right now. Look like the Everman Bulldogs are kind of, I ain't going to say giving up, but they're not playing with everything they got. Number 55 is. I'm not going to take that away from him, but the Panthers are definitely having their way with the Bulldogs right now.
And you see a lot of emotion from number 55.
I love it, man.
Pounding his helmet after wrapping up Bodie Weaver well behind the line of scrimmage.
Most times that's contagious. Like, I'm looking at that, and I'm just like, man, I want to play with that guy right now because he's playing with everything he has. He's emotional. He's around the football. He's causing pressures to get Weaver to get the ball out of his hands real quick. He just needs some help.
Weaver looking for the quick completion to Bryson Burgess. Can't hold that in. 28 seconds to go in the third. 34-7 the score, and third and long upcoming for Colleyville.
October was always my best month to play football because the sun, the heat's gone, and this is where you can, especially in Texas, after the heat's gone, you can just relax and play football and not have to worry about cramps anymore. What a play.
Wow, Bryson Burgess makes the catch in the end zone. Flag comes down. He wasn't able to haul that in, and a marker in the end zone as well, nearly with the TD though.
Yeah, that was a bang play, as we call it. Could have went any way with the cornerback or the receiver on that one. Looked like we're going to have pass interference, though. But I thought I wouldn't have probably kept the flag in my pocket on that play because it looked like it was a good play to me. That's a solid football play.
In the end zone, though, with the pass interference, if that is the case, it definitely put Colleyville at the doorstep, and they start walking forward.
Yeah, that didn't help them out in the Bulldogs defense out any. I tell you that. That's keeping it simple for the Panthers, and first and short, and look like they're going to be able to pick up another touchdown here if they want to.
Bodie Weaver looking end zone. It's incomplete. Try to find Samir Johnson in that back corner. So 2nd and 10 for Colleyville. A night filled with success. Their first drive, though, it was an interception in the first half. The first time they got the ball fresh off the bye. INT, but then they followed it up with 4 consecutive scoring drives. Back-to-back touchdown drives in the second half, and looking for a 3rd consecutive TD here in this second half. They get a good carry in between the tackles this time, right up the gut for Bryce Abraham. Set up 3rd down. Some rotations on the offensive line as well for the Panthers, and it looks like they'll call a timeout and try to set something up for 3rd and short. No, it's the end of the quarter. Check that. We go to the 4th, 34-7 the score. You're watching Panther Friday Night on Tradio. 34-7 the score here in Shannon for this fourth quarter of action. A lot of runs probably on the menu for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers.
Yep. Again, that's what they need to do right now. This ball game appears to be over. All they have to do is milk the clock because I'm not getting much fight from the Bulldogs. So I think they'll continue to do that.
We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Panther Friday Night on Tradio.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
The clock is ticking. It's last call on 24s at Classic Chevrolet. As the #1 dealer in the world, a huge selection of 24s remain with model year-end savings, like new Silverados, $14,000 off MSRP. Or 0% APR is back. Time is running out to get model year-end savings before they're sold. New Silverados, $14,000 off MSRP will not last. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com now.
Start of the fourth quarter. Third down for the Panthers. Bodie Weaver with the football. Looking far side. Abram on the catch. He gets blown up right at the line to gain, though. And that's going to set up a 1st and goal for the Panthers. Flag down on the play as well.
Yeah, they may have targeting on that call, which I don't think it was, but that was a good play by the quarterback. He was wide open. Had he seen him a second earlier, that'd be a touchdown.
We'll see what the call will be here for the Panthers. Knocking at the door of a 3rd consecutive touchdown drive in this second half. They bring in Demarius Logan, now offensively their defensive end, alongside Evan Nieta. They pick up the flag as well, so this goal line set, heavy jumbo package coming in now.
Yeah, I don't know what that flag was about because that was a solid hit. I mean, he floated the ball up there. I saw the safety breaking down. The cornerback breaking down on the play. It was just a good bang-bang play, so that's a good call by picking up the flag.
Weaver fires, end zone, drops it right in, but then the ball is dropped as well by Supankezi. Looked like he had the touchdown, but lost control of it after, and officials now talking about it.
Yeah, I would say that's a touchdown. I mean, he had the ball, and then the guy tried to rip it out, but he's 2-3 steps out of bounds. You got to give him the touchdown.
And Shannon Brazil, you're right on the money there. Touchdown.
I mean, I was like, come on now.
So Connor Supankezi with the touchdown for the Panthers as they continue to add on 3 touchdowns in this second half in as many tries for the Panthers. And now the Unified Health Advisors Health Insurance Agency extra point is converted. Ryan Zuckert boots it through. And the Panthers continuing to pour it on. Connor Supankezi with just his 2nd reception of the season, had 1 coming in. He gets a touchdown. Same thing happened earlier. Bodie Weaver finding maybe candidates who haven't been as likely to score. Connor Supankezi, 1 catch coming into tonight, gets a touchdown right there. Same thing happened earlier with Blake Wendler. Just 1 catch on the season coming into tonight. He's also caught a touchdown tonight. So, and both of those have come in this second half, getting more guys involved in this attack, both coming in the red zone after Colleyville really didn't need the red zone to score in the first half. Big explosive touchdowns of 61 and 46 yards. The Wiley run of 61. The Wynkombi catch of 46. But they punch it in from point blank a couple times and 3 straight touchdown drives for the Panthers. They've all but put this game away here tonight.
Well, that's what needs to happen. We knew when Blewett went down that they would need to spread the ball around, and we knew other people would have to pick it up to fill the hole of that player, of Mr. Blewett, to be honest with you. And Wiley and Weaver's just not enough. So I love seeing what the quarterback has done tonight by spreading the ball around, getting everybody else involved.
So a 41-7 lead for Colleyville. And Zuckert boots it through the end zone, touchback. The Bulldogs were set up at the 25-yard line.
Going back to the touchdown, I mean, that we understand that this Everman team is young, but that was just a fade play, a short fade. And the problem is the cornerback had his eyes in the backfield, and he ran right past him. When you're in a press, meaning you're one-on-one, you're matched up, that is your guy. You cannot afford to let him behind you. And so he just took a jab step inside and went outside and got around him right now, and it was just an easy pitch and a throw and catch for a touchdown.
So Bulldogs with the football. Fourth quarter brought to you by J. Caldwell Pools. Down 41-7, early stages of the fourth. Now shot down the field here. Nice play made defensively here. It's Colleyville coming in. Number 4 breaking up the pass on Carl Carter's target down the field. He's shaken up their star wide receiver who led the team receptions, touchdowns, and yards. He's down around midfield. Number 4 for Colleyville, not on the roster, but he just made a good play in the secondary.
Yeah, it looked like he's drinking water. That's a cramp, what that tells me. But he had the ball. He's got to come down with that ball. The quarterback put it in the best position possible, and he's being a star receiver. You've got to come down with that football.
And he is shaken up right now, being tended to.
Yeah, anytime I see them giving water and putting up the feet and pushing it back, that's cramp. So good thing he's up walking and jogging off the football field.
So Carter gets up on his own power, moves his way across the way to the Bulldogs sideline. But a good night for the Panthers, leading 41-7. So coming off a bye, a good game to try for the Panthers to get right, because the competition will stiffen the next 2 weeks. They play Seguin, who's 3-1 in district play, and then Mansfield Summit the following week, a team who has yet to lose a district game. Everman, they'll be on a bye next week. That is nice throw right there. Moving is the quarterback, and he finds his running back in Neiman Page. Nice play made by Princeton Roberts to throw it on the move, rolling out to the right.
And that's a football play right there. He just outran all of the defensive line to the right there, and then basically have a crosser coming across and throws a Patrick Mahomes type throw with the sidearm, and it was great completion. So they show glimpses there of some really good football. They're just young and not consistent right now.
Page on the carry, tries to put his head down. Picks up a few yards.
You know, you were mentioning the competition that the Panthers have coming up, and I'm trying to look at the play, and I know the score says one thing, but, you know, this game should have been handled a long time ago, in my opinion. So they need to come out stronger and faster against these other teams, because this Everman team, let's just face it, we said it earlier, they came in 1-5. They've been beat down in a couple games, and, you know, teams like this, you just got to get rid of them really quick. And so I know coming off a bye week could be a little sluggish at times, but they definitely hadn't played their best football tonight, even though the score says so. But going against some of these stronger teams in district, they're going to have to start fast and keep pressing the gas on them.
And penalty marker on the play, going to help out the Bulldogs. They'll move across midfield and get a fresh set of downs after the 15-yarder. Yes, next Thursday night, next game for Colleyville, their lone Thursday night game this season. They will take on Seguin on the road. Roberts shot down the field looking for Carl Carter. Good to see for the Bulldogs that he is back in the game as Went to the sideline with what appeared to be cramps just a moment ago. Back out there, deep target, incomplete.
Yeah, it's a nice play by the Bulldogs. He just got to pull that ball down. But hey, I tell you, they're going at him. They don't care. They don't mind throwing that deep ball to him. He's got about 3 or 4 tonight. They just once they start connecting them, those guys are going to be dangerous.
Give it off to Page, absorbing the tackle there to Marius Logan. Pickup of about 3 yards. Moves it to about the 40-yard line. Third and about 7 to go.
You know, it appears to me that this quarterback, he's going to be a good quarterback, but he's at his best when he's scrambling. I mean, when he sits in the pocket, it seems like he's not completing anything, but once he goes right, once he goes left, he's throwing them on the dime. I mean, look at there. He's in the pocket. He throws the ball wide. But it seems like once he gets on a roll, he's completing more with the bootleg action or something like that.
Gibson in the coverage right there. Carter the target once more. Gibson, somebody that really stood out in their opening game against Red Oak when their secondary was a little bit depleted. And he stepped up, young guy, first-time varsity action, going out against a trio of Division I receivers and a guy that's been added weapon for this secondary as well, even when this secondary's got more healthy. And definitely an area Coach Edwards wants improved. Shot down the field, looking for Carter, and it's incomplete. Coverage made by Colleyville, back there, number 4 once more.
And again, to my point, that was he had broken the pocket on a scramble, but he hits the guy in the hands with the football down the field. He just, again, drops the football. He's more accurate when he's running left or right for whatever reason that is. But that young man, once he learns how to complete balls in the pocket, he's going to be dangerous.
Colleyville takes over after the turnover on downs. Bulldogs were unable to convert on 4th. They do convert at least defensively right there, stopping the run. Getting in the backfield, Kobe Parks.
Yeah, that was a good play by Mr. Parks there. That was a great stunt for a 2-yard loss there. So got a couple guys out there said, you know, they're going to make some plays right now and get their stats up, I guess. But you're seeing a couple guys still give a little effort.
2nd and 12, 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Colleyville leading 41-7. Another handoff right up the middle. Trying to push that pile forward. They pick up a yard, 3rd and 11 upcoming. Give it off to Landon Dressel on the carry. Second attempt for him tonight. First time in action in the backfield for him, at least this evening. Saying, hey, Wiley and Abraham have done a lot of the heavy lifting on the ground, giving Dressel an opportunity with the game out of hand to get some carries. 3rd down and about 12 yards to go. No pickup on that play. Making moves here is Hudson, the backup quarterback, and he picks up a few yards to make it 4th and about 8. So,
yeah, that was a good play by the quarterback, trying to just pick up what he could. He caught the defense in a stunt and was able to get underneath it, but he had some cornerback crashing down on him and stopped him short of the first down. So, good awareness, but not enough for the first down.
Colleyville with their backups in the ballgame. That was Dimitri Hudson, the junior backup quarterback, who was out there as, well, perhaps that's a boot by Ryan Zucker down at the 10-yard line. Another inside the 20 for Ryan Zucker. First year with the punting duties, been no problem for him as he gets a big punt going. But
that was a nice punt. That was awesome.
Ryan Zucker became the all-time leader in points scored in school history last week against Argyle. Nice punt right there. You see him on the sideline taking a seat.
Love the emotion. It's awesome. Kicker said, hey, we play too now. Give us some love.
He hasn't seen much action punting tonight. First time that Colleyville had to punt, but he took advantage of it. And when you punt for the first time with 7:25 to go in the fourth quarter, that pretty much tells you the story of what this offense has done tonight.
In all seriousness, if this was a closer game, that would be huge. That punt, I mean, they're able to get down there and pin them back. But the game's out of reach right now. It doesn't really matter right now. But that's good to see.
You likely think that the night for Bodie Weaver, Gerard Wiley and company is complete. Ball is loose and actually benefits the Bulldogs. They pick it up, and the fumble pushes them forward more yards. Looks like they hopped back on it as well, and they did. And after losing the football, they pick up a first down out of it.
Hey, first down, Bulldogs.
But on that last series, you see with the backups being put in, Dimitri Hudson and Landon Dressel as running back, you think, okay, for Colleyville, he's trying to get some other guys some action. Same thing defensively as well.
Yeah, not only that, they less risk of getting their starters hurt. So this game is out of reach, and you get some young guys in to that practice, that sweat, and do the hard work of getting their team ready throughout the week and get them reward them by getting them some plays right now.
Same thing for Everman, backups in the ball game. Kendrick Kennedy, the backup quarterback, now calling the signals, and the signal being a run. As with just 6 and change to go in this fourth quarter, Colleyville leading 41-7. This matches for the Panthers, a season best in points this year. They beat the Colony 41-14, as that's a carry from Shamar Williams.
Good run by Mr. Williams there. Everybody's got, like I said, the backups are in, and, we'll see the battle of the backups right now, and they're moving the football, which started back on the 10-yard line. So they're driving right now. Let's see what they have 5 minutes left in the ball game to see if this Everman second squad can score on the Panthers second squad.
Williams, the running back. Another carry to him. He eventually gets wrestled down. Maddox Moreno's there in the action along with Julian Stewart. Stewart credited with the stop.
Stewart and all his boys. There was a bunch of red shirts around that football.
Colleyville next Thursday night on the road. We hope you join us then as they take on Seguin, who started the year off with 5 consecutive wins until they lost against Timberview. Their lone district loss, still sitting at 3-1, and a rush by Kendrick Kennedy.
Best way to beat the blitz is run right at it, and that's just what happened. And he's a little short of the first down, but he was able to pick up a good amount, and it leaves it 3rd and short.
And for some district action updates, Argyle, who is undefeated, looking to move to 4-0 in district play tonight. They lead 26-7 against Arlington Seguin, as that run by the backup quarterback, Kendrick Kennedy. He's able to pick up the yardage for the first down. But how about that? Argyle looking to move to 4-0, leading 26-7 at home against Arlington Seguin. And that game currently live in action in the fourth quarter. So the Eagles on their way to a 4-0 start in district action over the Cougars.
Yeah, we knew the Eagles would be one of the teams to beat, if not the team to beat in this district. And they're handling their business right now against Arlington Seguin, and which makes them a little dangerous if they lose that game, coming back and playing the Panthers next week. So it's going to be a good one.
There is good district action going on right now as well. Mansfield Timberview, who sits at 2-2 but did get that big win over Seguin. They're taking on Mansfield Summit right now, who just like Argyle, also trying to move to 4-0 in district play. And it is a tight game, tied at 20 in the fourth quarter right now.
That's a ball game. That's a fight right there, and that's what you're going to see throughout this district. It's a solid one.
Certainly, and Everman knows that. Team, we mentioned it during this ball game, is that is a nice play design. Burgess comes in. Speaking of backups, he's not one of them, and he's still in that ball game making a stop as they try to get it into the hands for space to Aaron Bender. He gets stopped up to make it 3rd and 1.
You know, this is a good drive for the Bulldogs. They start again on the 10-yard line, and they're marching the ball close to getting in the red zone here. They just got to do it. And, again, that shows some fight for this backup team, you know, just to make it a little more interesting. You know, those guys practice and play too, so, you know, they also need to be rewarded. And it's 4th and short. We'll see what the decision is for the Bulldogs. But, I mean, what do you got to lose, you know?
Yes, Isaiah Omar coming in to make that stop, a freshman who got called up to Colleyville's team this week, and asking Coach Edwards, hey, is he going to be a guy that might play? He said, oh, yeah, we wouldn't bring him up if not. And, well, he's out there and he impressed the team, and midway through the year, the freshman gets called up to varsity. And, hey, at this stage of the game, 2:22 to go in the 4th quarter, he makes a tackle for loss to set up 4th and a few more yards.
Hey, that's a big play, man. I've been there, done that as a freshman, and any time that your coaches and your teammates have faith in you to play at this level as a youngster, that means they see something in you, and you have some type of ability to play at this level. So kudos to him for making a big play right there and not making his coaches and teammates look crazy for believing in him. I love it.
So when we look at this district, Argyle, they're looking to win their 5th in a row, looking to move to 4-0 in district action. Summit trying to do the same, but in a battle in the 4th quarter right now against Timberview. Seguin, again, they're the ones playing Argyle, the battle toward the top of the district where both teams looking like they're in playoff position. Then Colleyville Heritage as well in that conversation. Certainly also in the next 2 weeks will be very telling with Seguin and Summit on the horizon. Two teams with quality district records right now, both 3 wins already under their belt in district play, while Colleyville looks for their 3rd tonight. And ball is loose. Colleyville is able to make the stop, and they'll pick it up, and it was 4th down either way.
Yeah.
Panthers get the football back with 2:16 to go in the 4th quarter. They'll be able to run this clock on out.
Yeah, a little miscommunication between the running back and the quarterback on that one. And the quarterback tries to pull it and ends up fumbling the football. Looked like he wanted to keep it based off his read. But they're off the field, man. I thought they were going to have opportunity to score right there.
So Hudson, the quarterback, gives the handoff off to Dressel, and he gets wrestled down.
Slung down, more like it. That was a big play. My goodness.
Colleyville working in different guys. 2nd down and long after a big loss on the attempt by Landon Dressel. High snap, and it just goes straight to Dressel. He'll take it and gets tackled. Did the ball pop out on that play?
That's how they're reacting. Looked like the ball did come out. Uh-oh, turnover. Everman's ball.
So Everman forces the fumble. That'll put Colleyville's defense back out on the field as Dressel lost control of the football. A minute 22 to go, so the Bulldogs, if anything else, will try to put a touchdown on the board with 1:22 to go. Colleyville, if they win tonight with this score, it'd be the largest margin of victory for them this season, besting what they did against the Colony, which was 41-14. So that about left in terms of what's intriguing left tonight is the result. No question about it. Colleyville will pick up a win and move to 4-2.
Yeah, it's a solid win for them tonight. I mean, obviously, again, it's against a 1-5 Everman team that's young and looking to play better football each week, and it just hadn't happened based off the record. But, you take it, a win's a win, and you go in and you watch film this week and you study up, but just understand that they're going to be facing one heck of a team next week in Seguin. So that's going to be a battle, and they're going to have to be prepared and get ready for it.
So 2nd down and 10. Quick throw to the outside again. It's incomplete. Looking towards Aaron Bender once more. And that'll set up a 3rd down.
Yeah, again, you know, these receivers and the quarterback, they're just not on the same page. I mean, the ball's hitting them in the hand, and they just can't seem to get it right. But, again, I charge that to being young. And hopefully this team will gel at some point during the season and off season and come back stronger than what they were this year.
So 3rd and 10 will be a design keeper by Kennedy. Tries to keep the legs moving, but just gets back to the original line of scrimmage, reaching just 60 seconds left in regulation.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys standing around in white watching. My coach used to tell us, if you're going to watch, get your butt in the stands and buy your popcorn and go buy your ticket. No freebies around here. So, I mean, you got to go block somebody, my guys. Goodness.
And even with the time winding down, Colleyville knowing ball game is theirs. 30 seconds left on 4th and 10. They take a shot, wobbling ball toward the end zone. Right around the 2-yard line, looking for Carl Carter. Incomplete, and Colleyville going to take a knee and probably call this one good night. Jay Caldwell Pools, our sponsor for this 4th quarter of action. Again, we'll be in action next Thursday night at Seguin for a prime district battle. But Colleyville going to improve to 4-2 this evening, and one knee, and it will be all she wrote tonight.
Yep, that's it. I mean, what a game tonight by the Panthers. Again, in my perspective, I know they would probably want to play a much cleaner game and get these guys put away a little earlier. But, hey, at the end of the day, it's 41-7. They did their job. I know there's going to be some film study to clean up a few things. And they'll be prepared to play this Arlington-Seguin next week.
So that will do it. Time will expire, 41-7. The final score, Colleyville takes care of business tonight, and they pick up a victory. Panthers now 4-2. The Bulldogs drop to 1-6. It's a 41-7 final. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Panther Friday night on Tradio, back on air next Thursday night as the Panthers pay a visit to Seguin in a big district matchup. But Colleyville comes out of the bye and picks up a victory. Shannon, final thoughts on this one?
Hey, what a game for the most part, just to be back on Friday night watching Friday Night Football. Listen, Panthers will be back next week with a heck of a ball game, a team to play in Seguin. And I look forward to a good one out of that team. And Everman, they just got to go back and study up and get people healthy and just try to finish out the season with some type of dignity by winning 1 or 2 more games.
Well, they'll have time to study. They go on the bye. The Bulldogs do. The Panthers back in action. Shorter week next Thursday night. We'll see you then on Tradio. For Shannon Brazil and Mr. Trey Bell, our executive producer, I'm Will Connerly saying so long from Mustang-Panther Stadium, and thanks so much for watching this edition of Panther Friday Night on Tradio.